Here it's the Cowboys leading the Browns at halftime in Cleveland by the score of 14-10. Jim Nance, along with the old quarterback, number 12, the lefty, Ken Stable. We're not too old, but there's one thing that you could appreciate from that first half. It was the play of the quarterbacks.
They both played real consistent, Jim. They both threw for a high percentage. They both came up with the big plays. The long play to Burbage, the long play to Langhorne. They both made big plays and are throwing for a high percentage.
Kosar in the first half has some superb numbers. 11 for 13, 197 yards. He has gone over the 10,000-yard mark in passing yards here in the first half today. And here's the big play you were referring to.
That's the guy that's been making the big plays for Cleveland since Webster Slaughter's been out with an injury, and he makes the big play right here to put him ahead. Bernie Kosar playing real good and making big plays.
Reggie Langhorne's touchdown and a Matt Bahr field goal from 25 yards, the Cleveland scoring. The Cowboys scored on a pass play from Pelluer to Darryl Clack of 7 yards, and then came back on 3rd and 15 and had this one to Cornell Burbage.
Well, he makes a great adjustment on the ball. Watch him fall into the inside, adjusting to the ball. They score the next play. Another big play from their quarterback. Pelluer's also playing well.
Set up a touchdown pass on the very next play from Pelluer to Steve Folsom. Gives the Cowboys the lead here at halftime by the score of 14-10. And CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League will continue after this message and a word from your local. It is a beautiful sunny day as far as December days go in Cleveland, right off the banks of Lake Erie. Temperature right around 32 degrees. And the Browns, before a sellout crowd, trailing at the intermission to the Cowboys by the score of 14-10. Dallas coming in with a 9-game losing streak, just one loss away from tying the all-time franchise record.
Well, they go in at halftime. I think if you're the Cleveland Browns, I don't think you change anything. I wouldn't look for them to be any different on offense. That straight ahead running game, protect your quarterback. Bernie Kosar has had some success with the matchups on the outside with Langhorne. If you're coming out of the Dallas locker room, the very same thing. They've got some things that have been working well. Their problem has been penalties. They penalized themselves all year. They penalized themselves here in the first half. They just have to play solid football, continue to do the things they've done in the first half.
By the way, Kenny, while we have a moment, the Cowboys Director of Public Relations, Doug Todd, has been under the weather recently, and he's back home convalescing and watching this ball game on television today. And all of us, Doug, on behalf of CBS Sports, wish you a speedy recovery.
You bet. Get well soon.
Cleveland will be kicking off to start the second half to the Cowboys. Darryl Clack and Cornell Burbage are flanked side by side at the 5-yard line. Marty Schottenheimer's team 8-5 on the season, needing a win to stay right in the thick of that playoff chase. Short kick comes to Clack at the 15. Make that Burbage. Burbage on the return to the 25-yard line. I was questioning in the first half Pelluer in short sleeves, but I'm not with these numbers.
Playing well, 12-15, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns, made the big plays when he had to. The long one to Burbage, the little play fake to the halfback in the first quarter to score. They're both playing consistent, both quarterbacks.
Cowboys come out at their own 25-yard line. Cowboys in the first half with only 1 punt, 2 touchdowns. First down carry by Herschel Walker. A 4-yard gain for Walker to the 29. Stopped by Bob Golick. Bob Golick, the nose tackle in his 9th season out of Notre Dame. He's a funny man, Bob Golick.
Oh, he's a riot. We talked to him yesterday, and he was talking about playing nose tackle and how crowded it in there, and he called it de-evolution. He started out about 6'3". They moved him to nose guard. Now he's about 6'1 and a half. Real busy position he plays.
2nd and 6 for the Cowboys. Irvin to the left. Alexander slot left. Walker is the receiver on the right side. Fowler the lone setback. Pelluer to throw. He has Alexander, who fumbles the football, but it's ruled incomplete. Hanford Dixon decked him as soon as the ball was in his hands, but they're saying it's incomplete. Bernie Kosar trying to stay loose on the sideline.
Well, here's another look at it. We'll see if he had possession. It's just a quick rhythm-type pass. Pelluer back with about a 3-step drop is all he takes. He gets the ball. Well, I don't know. That Hanford Dixon puts his hat right on the ball, knocks it loose, but they're ruling it incomplete.
Very reminiscent of the first play of the day.
Very, very much so. He may have had possession there. Who knows?
First play of the game was fumbled on a similar route to the right side by Kevin Mack of the Browns, and the Cowboys recovered. Steve Pelluer out of the shotgun has to call a timeout on 3rd and 5, or 3rd and 6. Just barely beating the down clock was Steve Pelluer.
Well, you hate to see a young quarterback waste those timeouts. You're wrapped up in an extremely tight game, and you need those.
Pelluer will talk it over with Tom Landry. Cowboys lead early 3rd quarter.
I think so, too.
No, it wasn't recovered, though, by Cleveland.
Well, it wasn't?
No. The guy tried to scoop it up, but it went out of bounds before he could. Yeah. In fact, if you want to come back, we can make that point. Because Cleveland people that are looking at it think, okay, yeah. Okay. Right. We still owe 2 more on this one, right? We owe 2 more on this. That's what I'm saying. They found a Cowboys fan down there.
They found a Cowboy fan up there. They're feeding the dogs.
Next Saturday, we'll have NFL action, the Eagles and the Cardinals. That's Saturday, starting at 3:30 Eastern with the NFL Today. That's a key game from the NFC East. Now, next Sunday, you'll see in the early game the Cowboys against Washington or Detroit against Chicago. The second game of the doubleheader will be the Saints and the 49ers. They're barking up a storm down there in the dog pound.
Yeah, Frank Minifield and Hanford Dixon are getting them all fired up.
Got them all stirred up. Pelluer out of the shotgun sends Fowler out of there. He's flanked by Walker, and it's the give to Walker on the inside. Good for the first down. Up to the 39-yard line runs Herschel Walker. On 3rd and 6, Dallas picks up the first down. 10-yard gain on the play. Herschel Walker now 13 carries for 68 yards.
Herschel Walker just carries the whole load for the Dallas offense. A high percentage of their offense he's involved in. And I think they would be better offensively if the ball was spread around a little more. They don't think that they have the personnel that they need right now to do that. Alexander to the left, Urban to the right. Fowler and Walker in the backfield. Chandler in motion. Here's the give to Walker on the right side. He scoots out past the 40 to the 42-yard line. Herschel Walker. Bob Golick makes the tackle. 3-yard gain for Herschel. One thing about Herschel Walker, too, he's been very durable. A guy that carries the ball as much as he does, and carries as much of the offensive load as he does. He's been very durable. He lines up every week, takes a pounding, and goes and goes and goes in terrific shape, stays in shape. There's Golick. You're going to get dirty playing where he plays. Boy, he draws a big crowd of folks in there. Needs some extra detergent to wash that uniform. 2nd and 7. Dallas out of the I formation. They'll stay with Herschel Walker. He's got running room inside Cleveland territory. First down, Dallas. A gain on the play. 13 yards. Hanford Dixon brought him down at the 45-yard line of the Browns. Well, you let him get up ahead of steam. You see, he breaks clean through the first line, and you let him get up ahead of steam. And then you ask your defensive backs, who are about 20 or 30 pounds lighter than him, to come up and make the tackle, and it makes it harder for them to cover when they have to run after tackling the big back. Urban to the right, Alexander to the left. Clack is back in the game. Here's his Clack on the carry. Clack gets 3 yards to the 42-yard line. We're shuffling in Darryl Clack and Todd Fowler alternating. Giants with a 10-point lead. They've started the 3rd quarter at the Meadowlands. Eagles continue to impress. Cincinnati trying to lock up at least a wild card berth. Next week, by the way, Cincinnati and Houston will play in the Dome in Houston.
Tampa Bay over the Buffalo Bills. And Cincinnati's keeping an eye on Buffalo. Should Buffalo lose today and the Bengals win, Cincinnati would have, at this point, the home field advantage in the AFC. There's Herschel Walker on the carry for a little gain.
And that's awfully important to play at home, as evidence here with this type crowd, or in Cincinnati, the same type crowd. And I think the home field advantage varies from stadium to stadium based on whether it's outside with a group of people like here or inside in a dome stadium. I don't think home field advantage is as much as, say, here or in Cincinnati.
No, Buffalo.
Buffalo, very good, you bet. We were up there earlier in the year, and those fans are just like the ones here.
Will Hill and Mark Harper, 2 extra defensive backs, come in for Cleveland on 3rd and 6. Dallas with a 4-receiver set, 1 setback. It's Herschel Walker. Pelluer is under center.
A lot of people coming up.
Pelluer throws incomplete, intended for Kelvin Martin at the 27-yard line. Harper on the coverage.
Well, if you're playing defense, safety, here's what you're looking at. Pelluer back there. They're trying to get an out route to Martin out here, but the little bit of pressure that the defensive line gets makes Pelluer have to unload the ball a little sooner, throws the ball too far out front.
I wonder if Dallas would try any trickery at this point.
With a 4-point lead in midfield, I don't think so.
From the 40-yard line, Mike Saxon in. He will boot it away. Big high kick. Will hit inside the 10, inside the 5, in fact, but takes the hop into the end zone. Saxon is very efficient at kicking it inside the 20. That time the hop took it into the end zone for a touchback. The frigid air around Cleveland Stadium. Packed house here where the Cowboys lead Cleveland by the score of 14-10. Browns have the football for the first time in the second half. What do you expect we'll see out of the Browns offense any different from the first half, Kenny?
I don't think we'll see much different. I think the running game will be the same. I think they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit more. The success they've had has been Bernie Kosar connecting on the outside people.
He opens up in the I formation. Mack the fullback, Biner the tailback. Biner gets the call, and Biner picks up 4 yards. The first half, because Mack went out for a large part of the first quarter, they did not run any consistent rushing attack with 1 back.
No, they don't seem to really have a consistent rushing attack with the back that they have, but I really don't think that's the way to promised land. I think the way for them is to get that offensive line to protect Kosar, use a real short, quick rhythm-type passing game, and throw the ball.
Weathers to the left, Langhorne to the right, Biner on a wing on the right side. It's Mack in the backfield. Here's Kevin Mack. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Kevin Brooks. Maybe a gain of 1. There are some excellent numbers for the Browns when Kevin Mack goes over 100 yards.
Well, you see these people in here, they've been moving around an awful lot. And the reason they move around up there is to destroy the blocking combinations. Is try to confuse the guards and the centers so that they don't block the correct guy to try to shut down the running game.
3rd and 6. Manny Hendricks and Ron Francis joined the secondary for Dallas. 4 receivers for the Browns. Pass by Kosar, caught by Brennan, first down Browns.
Well, that's where their success was in the first half, Jim, and I think that's exactly what they have to do now, but I don't think they should do it on the downs when everybody in the stadium knows you're going to throw the ball. I think they have to throw the ball on first down, second down.
10-yard completion. Kosar. How about this technique?
Look at that stance. Well, I don't know. But I tell you what, he delivers the ball on time and to the right guy. And like we said earlier, the reason he's cockeyed under there is to get him out from under the center as quick as possible.
Was that ever a problem for you?
It can be a problem with any quarterback if you hang around in there too long, because pulling guards and people stepping back on pass protection can get on your feet.
1st and 10, Kosar to throw. Now flushed out to the right side, throws it away, incomplete. In the area of Ozzie Newsome, who has not caught a pass today. Newsome has a streak of 140 consecutive games with a reception. has not caught one to this point.
Well, you talk about great tight ends. I think you have to mention him along with the Mike Ditkas and the Dave Caspers and the Kellen Winslows and John Mackey's and people like that. Ozzie Newsome is just a great, great football player. Has been for an awful long time, and who knows, I think he may be with this Browns organization in another capacity before long.
And your coach at Alabama, Bear Bryant, said he was the best end he ever coached.
Great player.
2nd and 10 for Cleveland. Biner and Mack in the backfield. Long cadence for Kosar. Throws at the Mack, incomplete. Bates, Lockhart, and Burton were all over there to converge on Mack should he have caught it. 3rd and 10 will be the next play for the Browns.
Well, that's Bernie's outlet. Is a guy standing over there. He's going to get the pressure. He's looking downfield, He can't see anybody, and this is an outlet just to get rid of the ball so that you don't suffer the sack. The right thing to do. This is a situation that they don't want to be in. It's not the ideal situation to throw the football. It's to throw the football when you have to as opposed to when you want to. Predictable situations will get you in trouble.
8 minutes and 18 seconds left in the 3rd quarter with the Cowboys leading 14-10. 4 receivers in the game for Kosar, who stays under center. Throws long to McNeil at the 40, at the 30, at the 20, and out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. However, a flag is down in the backfield of the Browns. A 51-yard hookup from Kosar to Gerald McNeil. But it's coming back. Kosar with his hands on his hips in dismay as this one will be coming back.
Illegal hands to the face. Number 77 offense, still 3rd down.
Ricky Bolden. Well, you hate that. Nobody hates it any worse than Ricky Bolden. He steps in for Williams with a sore shoulder, and he gets the holding penalty. See if we can see it right here. Let's see if we can spot Ricky Bolden. Yeah, he's got the hand on the outside, number 73, Danny Noonan. You have to keep those hands on the inside of the plane of the body. He got his right arm on the outside, and he gets caught.
Now it's 3rd and 20. 4 receivers. Biner in the backfield. Kosar goes long down the left side, and there's no one there, except for Robert Williams of the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, you see Clarence Weathers right there. I was watching him. He ran about a 10 or a 12-yard out. Bernie threw the ball 35, 40 yards down the field. Whether or not it was an audible, it's hard to say, but there was miscommunication between that man right there, Weathers, and the quarterback, Bernie Kosar.
Max Runiger is the punter for Cleveland. With Kelvin Martin of the Cowboys back to receive the punt at his 35. His first punt of the day for Runiger. Doesn't catch it all. Martin tries to make the catch. He fumbles, but is picked up by his teammate Robert Williams. That ball just went clear through his arms. And it was retrieved by Robert Williams. A near turnover for the Cowboys, who have the football and the lead midway through the 3rd quarter. There is a flag down in the area of where Martin was trying to make the catch on the punt. I saw no fair catch indication. Summit now being held.
Marty's going to do a little officiating. Give him a hand. Here's a replay of it. It looks like the ball just goes completely through his arms. He doesn't even slow it down. Looks like he thought it was going to be contact. I don't think he touched the ball. Close to a turnover.
Mark Harper was right in his face as he attempted to make the catch. Mark Harper of Cleveland.
Absolutely.
Jerry Seaman is the referee.
Well,
Dave Kamansky is the replay official today, and the communicator is Jim Heffernan.
Well, you have to give the guy that's receiving the ball, you have to give him room to at least make the catch. And it was awfully crowded then, close together, and that may be what they're looking at.
There was no infraction on the play because the ball had hit the ground prior to the contact. First down.
So the Cowboys have the football. 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Well, if you're a Cleveland Brown, you've got an awful lot riding on this game, and they've got to get in gear. Their defense needs to make a big play.
What were they saying on that? There was a penalty after. You know, I wouldn't mind getting, okay. Working something in about Troy Aikman. In fact, I had a chance to talk to him yesterday about the Cowboys. You know, so many fans down in Dallas are.
Ask me about the quarterback situation, and I'll lead you to it.
Okay. Did. Kenny, how did you make it this far without Luke Cody?
Oh, I don't know. I won't go another step without him.
Yes, ma'am. Kenny is requesting that the rest of the year that you have Luke Cody with you on the broadcast.
Smooth as a barrel of fish hooks.
Kenny Pelluer.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
No scoring in the 3rd quarter, but the Cowboys lead it over Cleveland 14-10. Impressive numbers by Steve Pelluer. 12 for 17, 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. Walker and Fowler in the backfield. Dallas operating out of the pro set. Pelluer throwing on 1st down, a completion to Ray Alexander. Looks like he has the 1st down for Dallas. He does at the 44, an 11-yard gain. And today Pelluer silencing some of the critics about the Cowboys quarterback problem.
Well, there's been a lot of critics surrounding that position. A lot of people talking about it, thinking that Danny White's best days are behind him. Pelluer's made the mistakes down in the scoring territory and coming out of his own territory. And a lot of talk. A lot of people think that they need some new blood at that position, a new fire, somebody to build around, a Troy Aikman type player possibly.
Todd Fowler and Walker in the eye on 1st and 10. Walker gets the carry and picks up 2 yards to the 46-yard line.
I tell you what, if you're a Cleveland Brown, somebody has to make a play. You have to look for somebody. Bernie Kosar made the play on offense a minute ago, but they get the penalty. Now the defense on the field, somebody's got to come up with a big turnover. They've got too much riding on the game. They're struggling for a wild card berth. Winning division is remote, but they're not making any plays. They seem to just be kind of really lethargic out there, and somebody's got to step forward and do something.
Walker 17 carries for 86 yards. Cowboys at their 45-yard line. 6.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 9 for Dallas. Clack and Walker split behind Pelluer. Dallas out of the pro set. Pelluer to throw. Ball is batted down. Batted down, incomplete at the line of scrimmage. Mike Johnson, Clay Matthews in the area. May have been Sam Clancy.
Well, it's going to be Sam Clancy, number 91. You look right there on your screen. That's where the pressure's going to come from. There's Clancy down below, Matthews from the outside. That's the kind of pressure that they have to have. Those are the kind of plays that the defense has to step forward and make.
Now the crowd begins to chant, urging on this dog defense of Cleveland on 3rd and 10. Make it 3rd and 9 for Dallas. Pelluer going long to Everett Gay. He has the catch at the 32-yard line. Everett Gay with a 23-yard hookup with Steve Pelluer.
Well, it's a nice corner route. You're going to see it on the left-hand side of your screen here. It's a corner route to Everett Gay, number 80, and the ball couldn't be thrown any more perfect than this right here. It all starts with the great pass protection. Watch where the ball's delivered. The only guy that can come up that is Gay. Nice throw, nice catch.
Everett Gay caught that over his former college teammate at the University of Texas, Stephen Braggs.
Another one of the young receivers that Tom Landry's taking a look at to evaluate this team for next year.
Dallas in the eye. Now shifting around Fowler and Walker. 1st and 10 Dallas from the Cleveland 32.
Audible.
And a mix-up. Pelluer will tuck it in and pick up a yard. It was so loud down there. Ray Alexander, the receiver wide to the left side, raised his hands up and said, hey, I can't hear you on this.
See, you can tell it's an audible. Watch the guys raise up. Watch the guys raise up, and they will look in, and so they can hear. They look in there to try to hear something with this kind of crowd noise. This is the thing that can happen an awful lot, is you're going to have busted plays because you can't hear.
Now inside of 5 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Dallas leading Cleveland 14-10. Jim Nantz along with Ken Stabler from Cleveland Stadium. 2nd down and 9 for the Cowboys. Darryl Clack, the fullback. Walker, the halfback. Play action fake to Walker. Pelluer now rolling out and throwing incomplete. Intended for the tight end Thornton Chandler at the 30-yard line. Mike Johnson in on the coverage. Marlon Jones put on some pressure for Pelluer.
Well, the play fake was 2nd down and 9 or 10 to go. I don't agree with, because you're not going to run the ball. You're going to throw the ball. So why reverse out of there, and why try to play fake the ball? Because you're not going to run it. You're going to throw the ball. Just drop straight back out of there, and that will help the pass protection.
Dallas has had success as we see the Bills have scored on a safety to cut that lead of Tampa Bay's down to 10-2. Dallas 5 for 8 on 3rd down plays. This is 3rd and 9 out of the shotgun. Pelluer going long for Michael Irvin. Incomplete over his head. And a flag comes down. Frank Minifield was on the coverage of Michael Irvin. How did you see that one, Kenny?
Well, I think Minifield had good coverage. He had him covered, and he was draped all over him, but it wasn't a foul. He was just in position to make the play on the ball. I think it's good coverage.
Could it possibly...
Maybe it's, I think it might be offense, yes. Yep.
That'll go against Michael Irvin, and the penalty might back Dallas up out of field goal range.
Could be a big play right there.
Pass interference, number 88 offense, penalty decline, 4th down.
What do you think of that now? You refuse the penalty. You can bring Ruzek out now. First, let's take a look at the infraction. Offensive interference on Michael Irvin.
All right, we're going to catch the tail end of it right there. See the right arm? See Michael Irvin's right arm hits Minifield across the 3 and across the 1. Minifield knows it, and he pleads to the ref and gets the call.
You know, there is so much wind swirling around. Dallas is not going to attempt the field goal. It would have been a 48-yard field goal attempt, but Landry's going to bypass that and bring in Mike Saxon. Dallas moving up on the penalty list. And Mike Saxon will try the pooch punt. But instead someone jumped, and the Cowboys, of course, trying to lure the Browns offside.
False start offense.
Well, it's going to be on the left-hand side of your screens where everything starts taking place. So they call false start on Dallas from a punt type. There you see the false start right there, which draws them off sides. Tom Landry's going to... Tom's giving his special teams people a hard go.
Prior to the snap, offense.
Bill Bates and Darryl Clack were moving around on that left side of the line. Cowboys in punt formation. That's the 10th penalty of the game against the Cowboys.
Well, their idea here is we're going to kick them in the hole. We've stopped their offense on the last 3 or 4 series of downs. Let's kick them in the hole and play defense and with our 4-point lead and go from there.
Saxon standing right at midfield. And again, a whistle. Late 3rd quarter. Cowboys leading it 14-10. This place is notorious for treacherous wind conditions coming off of Lake Erie, right out of this end zone that the Cowboys are driving toward. What did you think of the decision, though, to bypass a 48-yard field goal attempt? It's not that windy today.
No, it's not. You look at the flags, you look at the ribbons on top of the post, the direction that they're kicking, and they're straight down.
Very still. Saxon kicks it into the end zone, so the Browns will have it at the 20. You can see very little wind here at all. Cleveland will take it over after the touchback.
I question that. Kick the field goal. What do you got to lose? You're 2-11.
Big difference between a 7-point lead and a 4-point lead.
And a 2-11 team. What the hell? What? Well, he did the right thing. Stomp it and get the hell out of there.
Yes. Few things to say about the dog bones that are being thrown out of the dog pound.
Well, he's no dummy, though. You watch. He doesn't like the dog bones. He breaks it, he stomps it, and now get the heck out of there. There he goes. Don't stay around down there. Look at that. That guy will bite you.
Kenny, what do you think of the decision for the Cowboys? They netted only 11 yards from the original line of scrimmage had they missed the field goal attempt that they never tried.
Good point, Jim. No wind on the top of the flags out there. You're a 2-11 ball club. Let's kick it. Big difference between the 4-point lead and 7.
Kosar to throw. Weathers has it at the 37. He beats Robert Williams on the play. First down, Cleveland.
Well, that gets him out of the hole. You can't throw the ball any better than that. The ball was in the air. The ball was in the air before Weathers ever comes out of his move. You can't see the receiver here. All you're going to be able to see is Bernie Kosar releasing the ball. All starts with great pass protection. They get it. He's already out of his move. He doesn't even see the ball. He turns around. There it is. That's great, great timing. Up to the offense now to make the big plays. That Bernie Kosar made one last series but had the penalty.
Weathers picks up 19 on the play. First down for the Browns. It was Mack the lone setback by Kosar. Throws, and there's Ozzie Newsome. He keeps the streak alive.
Great. You bet.
141 consecutive games with at least one reception. And they love Ozzie Newsome in Cleveland.
Well, like I said earlier, if you start talking about tight ends, you have to mention this guy's name along with the Mike Ditzes and Kelly Winslow, John Mackey, Casper. That guy right there is a wonderful, great football player. Bernie Kosar, his strength is seeing things. He sees a defense, spots Ozzie out there, gets him his catch.
Good catch, too.
Bernie's taking the game in his hands now. He has to make the play. Everybody looks to these two guys, veteran player and Newsome. They got to get it done.
They are chanting Ozzie, Ozzie. As Ozzie lands far enough for the first down. Pickup of 10 on the play. First down, Cleveland at its own 49-yard line.
What a great guy he is. A lot of people think that you may see him in the front office of Cleveland one day.
Outstanding member of the community here as well, Ozzie Newsome. Second all-time longest streak, consecutive games to Steve Largent. Picks up another Browns first down. Mack in the backfield. Biner lined up as a receiver wide to the right. Langhorne slot right. Weathers on the left. Burton forces Kosar out of the pocket. A flag down as the pass is dropped by Reggie Langhorne. Again against the Browns. Sixth penalty of the day against Cleveland. Marty Schottenheimer brings in Brian Brennan for the next play.
Illegal hands to the face. Number 63 offense, still first down.
Cody Rison.
Well, they catch Cody Rison and talked to Doug Deacon, a great offensive lineman doing some radio work here in town. He says they swapped stories. He taught Cody Rison how to hold, and Cody Rison, who has 3 young daughters, taught Deacon how to handle the colic with his daughters.
First and 20 after the penalty. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Here comes Gary Cobb forcing Kosar.
Oh,
and Kosar is down on the field.
Yeah, and he hits him on his throwing arm, very similar to the way that he was injured weeks ago. Boy, everybody holds their breath when this guy gets hit like that.
Kosar is backed up by Don Strock, as Gary Danielson and Mike Pagel both have been injured trying to fill in for Kosar earlier in the season. They're both on injured reserve.
Watch where he gets hit. When his arm is back, see his arm is back, they get him when he's trying to go forward. That's the way that he hurt his arm originally. You have to hold your breath every time he goes down. They have to have him in order to make the playoffs.
Second and 20. Biner lines up wide to the left side. Mack the lone setback. Brennan and Langhorne line up on the right. Under pressure, the pass caught by Langhorne at the 45. Short gain for Cleveland. Pickup of 6. Third and long coming up. Bill Bates had the first hit on Reggie Langhorne. Checking the sports wire. Giants now 17 in front of the Cardinals. Cardinals having to venture east the second week in a row. Last week Philadelphia, this week New York. And if Washington loses, the Redskins are eliminated from the playoffs. Any chance of the playoffs?
Don Strock standing on the sidelines, backup player to Bernie Kosar and Bernie Kosar. It's good to have an experienced quarterback like Strock to help out your young players.
Just ask Dan Marino. Third and 14. Kosar going to Clarence Weathers, and this will be interference. No doubt about it. Interference on Ron Francis of the Cowboys. Clarence Weathers never had a chance.
First down.
Francis just wrapped him up early. And Cleveland's inside the Cowboys 30 at the 28-yard line.
Well, here's the tail end of it. You see Weathers is eye on the ball, both going for the ball. There's the left arm. It comes across the shoulder prior to the ball getting there. No doubt about it.
First and 10 for the Browns at the 28-yard line. Now lined up in the eye. Here's the give to Biner. Biner picks up 5 yards on the carry to the 23-yard line.
You get down in this part of the field, in this territory, Jim, as a quarterback, once you get to the 20-yard line, 15-yard line, you start expecting man-to-man type defenses and try to get the matchups that you want.
Kenny, number 42, is checked in for Cleveland. Tim Manoa, and he was sorry to hear you were going to be here this week.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
He's afraid of snakes.
Afraid of snakes? I'm a friendly one, though. I'm a friendly one. No problem. He's too big anyway.
That's Manoa, the lone setback. Biner on a wing, now set in motion. On 2nd and 5, here's Tim Manoa. Tell you, one more run into that defensive front, he might be afraid of that Cowboy defensive line as well.
Well, you know, they run the ball up in there with Manoa and straight-ahead type stuff, and their success has been throwing the football, you know, and you hate to sit up here and second guess because I've been in that situation down there, but you have to question the fact of taking the ball, running the ball up in there with 2nd down and 5, and then you have the 3rd down obvious passing situation. Their success has been Bernie Kosar throwing the football, and I think that's what they should do.
Tim Manoa, the man from Tonga, checks out. And Cleveland on 3rd and 4 has 4 receivers in the game. Closing seconds of the 3rd quarter. Dallas may have jumped. No flag. Pass is caught. Caught by Brennan for a 1st down.
Their possession receiver, he just goes up and hooks it up. They'll take that for the 1st down when they're giving them that much room.
Final seconds of the 3rd quarter. This crowd thought there was going to be an offsides encroachment penalty against the Cowboys. There was no flag, but it doesn't matter because Brennan picks up the 1st down at the 14-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Dallas 14, Cleveland 10. We now pause for a word from your local station.
That particular play.
Gotta love it.
Now that their team is down there, as opposed to all the noise.
All right, good stat. Okay. Got it.
Geraldo.
Welcome back to Cleveland Stadium as we enter the fourth quarter of play. Jim Nantz along with Ken Stabler. And the Browns trailing the Cowboys 14-10, but first and 10 for Cleveland from the Cowboy 14-yard line. Weiner in the backfield, but Kosar to throw on first down, incomplete. Intended for Reggie Langhorne at the 5.
Well, you notice they're down on the dog pound end now, Jim, and that crowd is helping out the offense by being a lot quieter than they are when the opponent's down there, so that Bernie cannot do his audible work.
That was intended actually for Herman Fontenot, a running back who they line up as a receiver quite often.
What do you think that is?
I hesitate to guess, but he's got Hanford Dixon's jersey on.
Yeah, he created a monster, all right.
4 receivers now for the Browns on second and 10 from the 14. Again, they've had trouble scoring touchdowns inside the 20. They're dead last in the NFL and getting it in the end zone inside the 20. Here's the pass. Fontenot at the 5, touchdown.
Great play.
Fontenot breaks the tackle of Michael Downs and scores the touchdown.
Well, a good job by that guy right there of getting rid of the ball under heavy pressure. Watch from the left-hand side of your screen on the outside, coming clean, nobody on him. He delivers the ball right on target. Great separate effort by Fontenot for the touchdown. Good job by Bernie Kosar to read that, get rid of it.
Matt Bahr to attempt the extra point. Art Modell watching the play.
There's a happy man.
Runiger on the hold, and Bahr makes it 17-14. Cleveland back in front. For Herman Fontenot, his second touchdown of the season. His other touchdown had been scored on a blocked punt return. This one, a 14-yard pass reception, breaking the tackles, and the dog pound is
the dog pound is busted at the seams. They don't have enough chain link fence over there to hold that group if they decide to take over.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Cleveland Browns and the National Football League is prohibited.
Yes, sir. Well, we got a horse race.
Cleveland takes the football 80 yards for the touchdown after the Cowboys had driven to the 31-yard line and again decided to punt instead of go for the field goal. The momentum shifted at that point.
No doubt the momentum shifted at that point. They take it down there. They get the big plays out of Bernie Kosar, Fontenot. Like I said, momentum has changed. Now the defense has to keep it that way.
9 plays it took to cover the 80 yards, and over 4 minutes they used on the clock.
And they do it with that underneath possession-type passing, and they look for those big plays. They run the ball in the middle, and I think what they need to do, if they're going to get there, is what we've been saying, is they've got to protect Bernie Kosar, get him in some kind of rhythm of throwing those short things, which he's doing right now, and that's where their success lies. And, of course, the interference call didn't hurt anything either.
Well, the Birds are heading south. Now the question is, are the Cowboys, after that drive by Cleveland, will they respond?
Take a 2-11 ball club. They struggled all year long, and we'll see how they react to it.
Matt Bahr's kick comes to Clack at the 10. to the 20 and to the 28-yard line. Darryl Clack. Man down on the field. And it's Herman Fontenot who just scored the touchdown for the Browns. Now he's on his feet with the help of a couple of teammates, and he'll walk off the field. There's the drive for the Browns. It now puts them back in front, 17-14 with 14:52 left in the contest. Bernie Kosar is 17 of 24, 264 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, there's one of my old teammates. I know it has to be one of them behind there.
First down play action fake by Pelluer, setting up the long pass. Everett Gay at midfield, and the ball is stripped loose, and it's recovered by Cleveland.
Hanford Dixon strips it.
Dixon sticks him, Wright recovers.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. You have to have some of your guys step forward and make the big play. Hanford Dixon, they call him top dog. He takes it on his shoulders to step in there and make something happen. Really nice play. The timing is terrific between Pelluer. Little play fake to hold the linebackers from the right-hand part of your screen. You're going to see him coming across right there. Well thrown. Watch Dixon, number 29, from behind. Strips the ball right there. Makes a big play. That's what you have to have out of your great players is great plays.
So Cleveland takes over at its own 46-yard line. Mack and Biner in the backfield. Derek Tennell is in as a tight end, replacing Ozzie Newsome on this play. And another flag falls. Dallas has had a pinch it for turning it over in the fourth quarter.
False start prior to the snap. Number 74 offense. Still first down.
Paul Farron back up the Browns 5 yards. Fontenot was shaken up on the kickoff coverage.
That's the way it usually happens. That's the way him pants always help. Always better in your pants than your locker. Keep moving on it.
Yeah, there's the trainers. They just strap them up, patch them up, tape them up, put Band-Aids wherever they need to, and get back out there and get it done. It's an important part of the year, and we need everybody.
To embellish that point, Kenny, Dallas is minus 11 now on the season in the takeaway giveaway ratio in the final quarter. They've lost many games in the fourth quarter. Kosar almost intercepted. Batted in the air, and Ron Burton couldn't quite get there fast enough.
Well, there's a lot of pressure, and Bernie Kosar does a good job. He dodges a bullet by not throwing the interception and just gets rid of the ball, but he takes a big chance right here. There's the heavy pressure from the right side. He ducks under it, buys some time, and then takes a chance right there of throwing the ball up in the middle. The Heaters always draw a big crowd in Cleveland this time of year.
Second down and 15. Cleveland at its own 41. Kosar's pass is caught.
Ozzie.
And a flag falls at the end of the play. Ozzie Newsome with the reception near midfield. 9 yards on the play. Eugene Lockhart was defending.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 56. Defense. First down.
They got the hitting machine on the tail end of that play.
Hitting machine got a little overzealous, but here's where Ozzie Newsome is really important. Because of his experience, he knows where those linebackers are. Well, Eugene Lockhart's going to let him know where he's located at that particular time, but Ozzie Newsome knows where those guys are, sits down, knows when to go, when to stop. Exciting player to watch play. They use his experience.
I'd call that a spear, wouldn't you?
Without a doubt.
I think that was
an ouch.
Very good call. 14 minutes and 10 seconds left. Ozzie has 30 receptions now, all 11 seasons in his career after that reception. The Cowboys 36. Kevin Mack, 6-yard gain. Stopped by Everson Walls. And Cleveland leading 17-14 and driving again. Giants now just putting it away against Phoenix. As we check the sports wire, Philadelphia again right at the top of the NFC East and trying to continue on and eliminate the Redskins from the playoff picture. If the Redskins lose today, they'll become the 7th Super Bowl champion to fail to make the playoffs the following year.
Yeah, I can remember that.
Mack and Viner split backfield. Mack with a whistle, and the play is ruled dead. I believe the down clock expired, a delay of game coming up against Cleveland.
Delay a game prior to the snap offense.
Snake, when you guys beat Minnesota 32-14 in the Super Bowl, January of '77, how did you guys come back the next year?
We played pretty well, as a matter of fact. We went all the way to the championship game in Denver. I think Denver won the division, or a better record than we did. We had to go to Denver and play in the championship game, and they beat us. A lot of people think that Rob Lytle may have fumbled late in the game and was not called, and as a result, we didn't repeat. One of John Madden's favorite plays, the Rob Lytle fumble.
2nd and 9 for the Browns. Got a man open. It's Weathers. One-handed catch and a touchdown.
Nothing to it.
Weathers with the touchdown, and Cleveland storms ahead by 9. With the extra point to come. What a beautiful one-handed grab by Clarence Weathers. And it's his first touchdown of the season.
Well, there's a choreographed celebration right there. Here you're going to get a shot of it. It was a great catch. Nonchalantly throws a hand out. Bernie Kosar puts the ball right on the money. Weathers does a job on Robert Williams. He's beating him like a drum, and he just sticks out the one hand, and then the celebration starts.
Extra point by Bahr. It's good, and it's a 10-point lead. That ball stuck on his hand like Freddie Bolitnikoff used to catch it.
Nothing to it, just ho-hum. Just throw it out there, I'll go get it.
It's a 10-point lead for the Browns with 13 minutes left in the contest. The stickum, is that outlawed now?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Freddie had it all over.
I was going to say.
He'd catch one pass and fall down like he'd been playing for a month. Where are we? Down front? This one?
Well, it's Cleveland now with 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter to take a 10-point lead. The summary: Kosar, 3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards for the contest. The Cowboys have been flagged 12 times, and Cleveland leads in total yards, but the important thing, of course, they lead on the scoreboard 24-14. What's happened here in the 4th quarter?
Well, you have to have great plays out of your great players, and Hanford Dixon strips the ball on an obvious first down by Dallas, and then to give the offense the ball. Bernie Kosar makes the big plays. What you have to have, like I said, plays out of your people, and that they're making them. Here's an example of it right here. He throws the ball out. Weathers goes and gets it. He's beating his guy extremely 5 or 6 yards and makes the one-hander. You have to have those kind of plays if you're going to keep advancing.
Two touchdowns in a 2-minute span for Cleveland. And a 10-point lead now with 13 minutes left. Darryl Clack makes the catch at the 7-yard line off the kick. He's to the 30. A flag is down. He's to the 40. Brought down at the 42-yard line. A flag, however, is on the ground at the 26-yard line. Brian Washington made the tackle of Darryl Clack. Weathers and Langhorne, they each have scored touchdowns today on big plays, but Weathers' catch is a memorable one. That's one they'll look back at for a long time.
That's a highlight film catch.
Another penalty against Dallas.
Illegal block during the return. Number 55, receiving team, first down.
Steve Diassi on this one, Snake.
Well, you see 55 right there in front of you. Number 24, obvious infraction hitting him from behind.
So the Cowboys start the drive at the 16-yard line.
The pound is raising Cain.
Herschel Walker at the 20 to the 30 as he gets into the secondary. Felix Wright and Brian Washington stopped him. Had he broken one more tackle, Herschel Walker may have made that an 84-yard run. That puts Walker very close to the 100-yard mark. In fact, let's give it to him. There's 100 yards on the day for Herschel Walker. 18 carries, 100 yards. His fourth 100-yard effort of the season. First and 10 for the Cowboys from the 30. Walker the lone setback, Martin in motion. Walker on the carry again. A right tackle, and he scoots ahead for 4 yards. Mike Johnson makes the tackle. Danny White right by Landry's side. Final score, New England over Seattle. And the Patriots, another one of those teams that hovering around that mark that Cleveland's looking at as far as wild card playoff spots. Costly loss for Seattle as far as the West picture.
Another one here in Indianapolis for 31-21 over Miami.
Dallas drops out of the eye. Fowler and Walker in the backfield with Martin in motion. Irvin, a receiver on the left side, along with Everett Gay. Here's the pass. Martin has it outside the 40, 43-yard line. Flag down at midfield. Martin had enough for the first down for the Cowboys. One Cleveland player now clapping his hands, indicating it might be against the Cowboys.
Illegal hands to the face. Number 29 defense. Penalty decline. First down.
Hanford Dixon.
So that one's against the Browns, and it's a first down for the Cowboys. Still a lot of time left here, Snake. 11 minutes and 14 seconds remaining.
Awful lot of time. Down by 10, but I think you have to consider the time, and I think the running game with Herschel Walker, I think they're going to have to throw the ball. They've been successful throwing the ball, but they've turned it over after the catches.
Martin to the right, Everett Gay to the left. Walker gets the pitch left, and he is wrapped up by Clay Matthews. Clay Matthews is playing today with a broken right hand. Suffered last week against the Redskins.
You know, this time of year, Jim, everybody's banged up and beat up out there. You've got nicks, every imaginable kind of injury, from knees to shoulders to hands to arms, and all the players know how important it is at this point in time to be able to go out there and play while you're hurt. And guys like this that play for an awful long time, they are able to play hurt.
Rubber cast on his right hand for Clay Matthews. Second down for the Cowboys. Second and 9. Pelluer out in the flat to the tight end Chandler. Inside Cleveland territory and a first down. Good piece of running for the tight end. He just ran over Frank Minifield and picked up the Dallas first down. Gain of 12 on the play. Dallas now started at its own 16. They've advanced it to the Cleveland 46. 10 minutes, 7 seconds left in the game. The clock is running. Gay to the left, Martin to the right. Walker the lone setback. Chandler in motion. Walker on the carry. Good room for Walker. He's at the 30. And he swung around and knocked out of bounds by Felix Wright. First down for the Cowboys after the big gainer. Gain of 20 yards by Walker.
Jim, watch the motion man's block. There's the motion man right there going in motion across the formation. Watch his block. You're not going to be able to see it. He kicks out right there on number 57, Matthews, which enables Walker to cut behind him. Nice job of blocking by Chandler Thornton.
21 rushes, 124 yards for Herschel Walker. The Cowboys first and 10 from the 25 of the Browns. Fowler joins Walker in the backfield. Walker gets the carry. He gets no yardage at all. In fact, he's dropped for a 2-yard loss. Darrell Sims. Sims, a former first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers out of Wisconsin. And then Pittsburgh gave up on him. He was waived, picked up by this Cleveland team last year during the strike. Now he's found a home backing up Bob Golick at nose tackle. We'll call it a loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13 for the Cowboys. 9 minutes left in the game. Fowler and Walker. Cowboys out of the pro set. Pelluer throws for Martin, no good. Over his head, incomplete. Dangerous pass for a moment. Mike Johnson was in the area. And at this point, down 10, if you're the Cowboys, you got to put at least 3 on the board. You need a score. You need 2 scores to catch back up.
Got to come out of here with something. They've got good field position down here. 3rd down, awfully big play right here. But like you say, they have to come out of here with some points because you have to look at the clock and time is starting to be their enemy.
Next Sunday, doubleheader here on CBS. Cowboys and Redskins. Detroit and Chicago in the early action. NFL Today at 12:30 gets it underway. The Saints and the 49ers in the second game of our doubleheader next Sunday. 4 receivers for the Cowboys. On 3rd down, the pass to Martin. 1st down, Dallas. 1st down at the 12-yard line. That was Michael Irvin helping Martin get on his feet. And Martin with the reception, a gain of 12 yards.
Good job by Pelluer of delivering the ball. He's been doing it all afternoon under extreme pressure. You see people in his face. Throws the ball on the outside. You have to keep this throw on the outside, low and outside, exactly where he throws it. They're in business.
So the Cowboys 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line of Cleveland. They stay with Fowler in the backfield, joining Herschel Walker. Martin to the right, Gay to the left. Inside handoff, Walker. Inside the 5 and near the 1st down. Pickup of 10 on the play by Herschel Walker. How about the hole up the middle on this one, Snake?
You bet. Right there, you're going to see the hole right in the middle of the screen right here. A huge hole. There comes Herschel Walker from the left. There's the hole right there behind Nate Newton. And once he gets up ahead of steam, here's what you got to deal with. Extremely strong, durable back.
Felix Wright finally tackled him at the 4. It's 2nd and 1 for the Cowboys. Walker has 101 yards rushing, more yards rushing than the Cleveland team. 2nd and 1. Pitch left, Walker. Fowler clears the way. Walker walks in. Touchdown, Cowboys. What a lead block by Todd Fowler.
Todd Fowler, nice block by Nate Newton, the left guard also.
Got to hand it to the Cowboys. They really responded, driving 84 yards right after Cleveland had back-to-back touchdowns.
Watch the block over in this area right there, Jim. You're going to see a nice block, as you said, by Fowler. The motion man right there. There's the block. There's Nate Newton, number 61, who hits number 51. He knocks the linebacker, Eddie Johnson, out of the way, and Walker walks in.
7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the contest.
Well, if you think a team like Dallas is going to roll over and play dead, they got too much pride. They come from a great deal of tradition behind this team. All these guys have to evaluate themselves and see where they stand with this team. They're playing for the role of spoiler. They're playing for their jobs next year, so we got a horse race.
We do indeed. 24-21. Cleveland's 10-point lead is trimmed to 3. Great drive after.
Yeah. Yeah.
For anyone who watches polo, this is what they call stomping out the divots. This is what they do at halftime.
Looks like where I've been hitting a golf ball.
Okay. All right. I hope that guy's still out there. Oh, good. Beautiful. I love you. Hey, we got ourselves a game here, guys.
Yes, we do.
Ladies.
Yes, we do.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Boy, what a beautiful, clear day. Got a name for everything here, don't they?
Sod Squad.
Sod Squad. That's kind of like the old TV show, The Mod Squad,
Mod
right?
Squad.
Yeah.
Funny, man.
All right, all right,
Sweet
all
Lou
right.
wearing a tennis shoe.
Sweet Lou Codian. Will there be some Codian awards this year at the bowl games, even without Brent being there? We've got to have some Codian awards.
5 seconds.
With 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, Cleveland with a 3-point lead over the Cowboys. The Sod Squad
Sod Squad.
out there in force. You know, they call this in polo stomping out the divots. They do that at halftime after 3 chukkers.
Looks like where I've been swinging a 9-iron.
This is what the golf course looks like after you're done with
It's
it?
a mess.
Your name just went on a list.
Can't hit it out of my shadow.
Keep them off the grounds. I know better than that. You're trying to set me up for some shots. Look at the scoring drive by the Cowboys. Cannot emphasize enough the Cowboys responding after the Cleveland team had scored 2 touchdowns in a 2-minute span, and Dallas driving 84 yards. Get right back into the contest. Stephen Braggs joins Glenn Young back to receive the kick of Ruzek. Ruzek's kick, a short one, comes to Young at the 17. He's got a hole at the 30. Grabbed by one arm. Manny Hendricks makes the tackle for the Cowboys. Manny Hendricks may have saved the day for the Cowboys for the moment. Manny Hendricks, a former basketball player out of the University of Utah, and now is a backup cornerback for the Cowboys.
Almost breaks this, but what this does, it gives them good field position. It gets out where they can use a higher percentage of their offense out around the 40-yard line. What Cleveland would like to do, of course, is to maintain control of the ball, and they would like to get some first downs. They'd like to do it running to keep the clock going.
They've got their duo in the backfield, Biner and Mack. Good field position to start out.
Stay in bounds.
Mack goes out of bounds and loses yardage, Kenny.
Well, you see, in the huddle, what a quarterback might say to a guy, if you've got an outside run call, if you've got something on the outside, you might say to the back, look at him and say, hey, listen, if you get over there near the sidelines, just get down, stay in bounds, and let the clock spin.
Well, he lost 2 yards and he stopped the clock. 7 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. The 49ers have beaten Atlanta. Remember, the Falcons had upset the 49ers out on the West Coast earlier this year.
49ers playing extremely well. Had them not too long ago. Montana's back fairly healthy. Jerry Rice's ankle is much better, and they're playing well.
And the Colts advance to 8-6. Kosar is sacked. He is wrapped up by Kevin Brooks. That's the 4th sack of the day for the Dallas defense.
Well, they flush him out of there. They had 6 against them last week against Washington. They force him out this time and get the sack, which puts the offense in a tough hole. There's the pressure right up the middle. It's Lockhart, the middle linebacker, number 56. And once you get Bernie running around with the ball, you got him where you want him.
Brooks has been struggling with a jammed neck. There's a pain in the neck on that play for Bernie Kosar, I'll tell you that.
Well, they got the field position up around the 40 on the kickoff return, and they've wasted that. Now they're looking at 3rd and 20.
And 4 receivers in the game for the Browns. Here comes Danny Noonan.
Danny Noonan.
Kosar is caved in around the 20-yard line. And that offensive series for the Browns netted a minus 19 yards. 3 plays, they lost yards on all 3 plays.
That's where it's going to come from right there. Danny Noonan, number 73, going to beat number 77, Ricky Bolin, right there. There he is. all over him. Not a chance. Danny Noonan in the footsteps of Randy White, footsteps of Bob Lilly. They think he'll be a good long-term tackle.
Max Runiger kicks it away to Kelvin Martin. He's going to try the right side. Martin gets to the 45-yard line, a 10-yard return. Mark Harper on the tackle. The Cowboys have the football and the momentum with 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining.
Yes, they do, Tennis Shoe.
Thank you. Running back cast, you got that. I had that on there. Dickerson. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, he breaks Dickerson's mark. Good. What was Walker? Walker had like 169 against Phoenix this year, did he not? Someone check that. It was top effort of the season. I think against Phoenix in the second game he had 169 on like 30 carries. We're going to.
Fine. Bring it on.
Walker's numbers. Jim Nance along with Ken Stabler from Cleveland Stadium. The Browns lead the Cowboys by a field goal. Cowboys drove 84 yards last time they had the football. Walker scoring the touchdown. Herschel has 24 carries for 134 yards. That is the best performance by a running back against the Browns this year. Eric Dickerson had the previous best outing of 117 yards. This Cleveland defense ranked third in the National Football League, tops in the AFC.
Well, the Dogs got to dig in here.
Off right in. Walker, no gain. Marlon Jones out of Central State makes the tackle. Under 6 minutes.
Well, here's where it all happens. Is right up there. They're the ones. They have to stop the run when it's passing downs. They've got to apply the pressure. Right there, you see Golick standing up the center, stringing things out, chasing it from the backside. Number 51, Johnson. Defense got to dig in right here and stop him.
Pelluer sends Everett Gay to the right side. Kelvin Martin to the left. Fowler and Walker lined up in the eye behind Steve Pelluer. Pelluer, slant pattern, Everett Gay. He's down to the 41-yard line, and as he broke the first tackle, he was dangerously close from taking it all the way. There was one defender back there after the 14-yard pickup.
Like an audible situation where Pelluer just stands up and sees that room out there and takes it. Delivers the ball right on time. Nice job of Pelluer. Watch him hesitate. Right there he hesitates. Gives his receiver time to get into position, get his body between the ball and the defender. Nice play.
Everett Gay has had a big afternoon for the Cowboys. 3 receptions for 62 yards. Clack on the carry. He'll lose yards. Good defensive play by Cleveland and Michael Dean Perry. What do you think of the rookie out of Clemson, Perry? Everyone knows he's the Fridge's brother.
Well, he's playing better than the Fridge at this point in time. He has more sacks than the Refrigerator right now. He's probably playing better. Refrigerator has had the weight problem. He's had the broken arm, and I think his brother has just been healthier than the Refrigerator has.
Michael Dean has more sacks this his rookie season than any season for his brother.
His brother's
never had that many sacks in a season.
A small appliance.
Yes, he is. 2nd and 12. Flags everywhere. 3 minutes, 56 seconds on the clock. Just inside of 4 minutes.
False start prior to the snap. Number 74 offense.
Means Dallas now will face a 2nd and 17. Dallas, remember now, has only 2 timeouts remaining. They used a timeout on their first series of the second half.
There's the brain trust. Kevin Sweeney had his shot, started against 2 extremely tough teams, started against Cincinnati, was mugged against Minnesota. I felt sorry for him in the game. I thought they were going to kill him. But a talented player from a football family. Father's a good coach.
Father the coach at Fresno State, Jim Sweeney. 14 penalties on Dallas today for 122 yards. 3:38, the clock is moving. Left in the game, 2nd and 17. Pelluer scrambling. Will run it near the 40-yard line. Stopping the clock with 3:26 on the clock. Kenny, working the Heisman show yesterday in New York, had a chance to talk to Troy Aikman, the man who has been the center of discussion amongst so many of the Dallas Cowboys fans, and he told me that he's trying his best not to pay too much attention to the standings, but he would admit he would love to play for Dallas. He grew up for a large part of his life in Henrietta, Oklahoma, only 2.5 hours away from Dallas.
I think Dallas would like to have Troy Aikman too.
Barry Sanders, the runaway winner. He had another big night last night, over 250 yards rushing. Here on 3rd down.
Look at this.
He's got all kinds of room. First down, Steve Pelluer. He tucked it away early. He saw the opening right up the middle, Kenny.
Well, it's hard to tell whether it was zone or man-to-man. This can happen against either defense. He takes advantage of it. Watch the linebackers right here. Watch these linebackers. Let's see what they do. If they stay on a man, it's a man-to-man. If they back out, it's man-to-man. See number 56 up there taking his man. The reason is nobody back there. They've all run off covering their people. He takes advantage of it, knows where the stick is, slides in there for the first down.
Dallas had faced 2nd and 17. They worked their way back to get the first down. Pelluer is not afraid to run it. He is the 2nd leading rusher for the Cowboys, over 200 yards on the season. 2:34 left in the game. Flags fly as the Cowboys are going to be hit with a delay of game penalty. I hate to be redundant, but it seems like the Cowboys, once they are successful on a play, they become a little confused.
They just have no continuity and no rhythm to their offense because of the penalties. I'm not sure how many it's been. It's been 14 or 15 penalties. It's been 15 penalties for 120-something yards, and you can't get any kind of continuity to your offense. They make a big play, penalize themselves. They make a play, penalize themselves, and as a result, they've got over 400 yards in offense.
That's the top effort against this Cleveland defense this year. 1st and 15 for Dallas on the 33. Walker the lone setback. Play action fake to Walker. Pelluer will tuck it in again. He gets back the yardage from the penalty and a couple of yards more. 7-yard gain by Pelluer. Ball at the 26 of Cleveland. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning. The 2-minute warning. Cleveland leading by 3, but Dallas driving. Yeah, we just mentioned that. Thank you.
Yeah, the field goal, the one that's this one, the one down here they didn't kick that they punished, that made a big difference right now. That's right.
9 for 10 in the 4th quarter in his career.
Might want to refer back to that field goal that they didn't try.
Yes. I'll tell you another thing. If it comes down to a field goal, there's some messy into the field.
The field
right?
conditions, yeah.
It's also the end of the field where they beat him. Boy, that's a big score, Stephanie. Buffalo lost. Okay. But we got a bigger story here. Not really Cleveland, but Cincinnati is getting this game.
Yeah, there you go. Get a shot of the worst part of it out there.
Oh, you're right. But they're getting this on the CBS.
No, where it's going to be held from. 7 yards back. Attaboy. You're the best. You're the best. You know, one thing you have to consider right here, Jim, is if this comes down to a field goal, look at the field conditions out there. Starting to get a little sloppy, a little soggy. The ball will be snapped. It'll be placed 7 yards back from where the ball is. And if you look where the huddle is out there, if we can get a shot of where the huddle's located, that's about where the ball will be snapped to. See all the mud around there? Might be a factor.
That is exactly the place where Ruzek had a field goal blocked in the first quarter today. 2nd down and 9 for Dallas. 3 receiver set. Shotgun formation. Fowler and Walker. Now Fowler comes out in motion. Shuffle pass to Walker. And he gets down to the 21-yard line. Tripped up by Will Hill.
Well, it's a little shuffle pass. They tried it a couple times earlier in the game. It's designed to look like a pass. There's a little shuffle to Walker up there. Number 35, Hill reads the play, comes up and makes it, and they get a timeout called by Cleveland.
Cleveland calls the timeout, not the Cowboys, so each team has 2 timeouts remaining. Roger Ruzek waiting in the wings to perhaps send this game into overtime. Of course, Cleveland still would have a lot of time left on the clock. 3rd down facing the Cowboys. Let's tell you tonight on CBS. Kenny Stabler, you talk about your flamboyant billionaires. You ain't seen nothing till you meet Robert Maxwell tonight on 60 Minutes.
I look forward to that.
Followed by Murder.
She wrote?
With a comma.
Yeah.
Then it's a Hallmark Hall of Fame presentation. Graham Greene's The 10th Man, starring Anthony Hopkins. That's all tonight on CBS.
Great lineup.
3rd and 4 for the Cowboys from the 22-yard line of the Browns with 1:47 remaining.
Big play right here.
What do you think they'll do, Kenny?
I think they have to throw the ball.
Darryl Clack is in the game.
Unless they decide to play for the field goal, I don't see them doing that being a 2-11 team.
They just beat the down clock by a half second. Pelluer's pass incomplete, intended for Kelvin Martin. Again, Dallas was disoriented on a key play. There was less than a second on the down clock when the ball was snapped. They could have ill afforded another 5 yards to back them up for the field goal attempt. Roger Ruzek will come out now with an attempt to tie the game.
Well, he has something working there, and I think a little better throw. You know, he's throwing under duress and pressure. A little better throw, and they've got the 1st down. But here's what we were talking about right here.
This will be a 40-yard attempt. On his career, he is 9 for 10 in the 4th quarter. So his track record is good when the game is on the line. You mentioned the treacherous field conditions. Ruzek's kick is on the way, and it is long enough, just barely, and it is good. There is a flag down. However, it's against the Cowboys. Kenny, he did not clear the crossbar by much.
No, and if they assess the penalty, that ball barely made it over, as you say.
Tripping, number 54 offense, still 4th down.
Goes against Randy White.
Tough break. Here's a shot of it right here. You can see the ball coming through the upright. It's hard to see the tripping from that particular angle, but this ball barely makes it in, but it is in.
This makes it now a 50-yard attempt for Ruzek, and the Cowboys are screaming on the sideline. They're trying to get the officials' attention. This will be a 50-yard attempt, which is a career long for Ruzek. Dallas on the sideline is wanting a timeout. They don't see it. 50-yard attempt for Ruzek. It's straight, but it is short. No good. Roger Ruzek had been successful on a field goal in the first quarter. It was taken away by penalty. His second one was blocked. Same thing happens now with the game on the line in the fourth quarter. Look at the Cowboys trying to get a timeout on the sideline.
Well, they're trying to get it called, and why they want to get it called, who knows? Maybe they want to try. They may fake it. They may think that this is a little bit out of his distance. They want to get their heads together over on the sidelines and come up with the correct thing to do, but they don't get it stopped. Here's the reaction. The penalty, awfully costly. You hate to see it from a great player like Randy White, but it's the difference right now.
And that sums up not only today, but the year for the Cowboys. That's the way it has gone. The carry by Mack loses yardage, and immediately a timeout is called. This man is destined for the Hall of Fame. 9-time Pro Bowler Randy White, who was flagged for Dallas's 16th penalty of the day in a one that wiped off a tying field goal from the board.
Well, you know, he knows exactly what the situation is, and as I said earlier, you hate to see it from a guy that's been through as much as Randy White's been through. He's a terrific player, an all-pro player, a great player, like you said, destined for the Hall of Fame, and for it to be assessed against him, you really have to feel for him. He knows how much it cost him.
1:25 left on the game clock, and the Cowboys have one timeout remaining. Let's check out the scores. The Giants bomb Phoenix 44-7. Cincinnati assures itself now of at least a wild card berth, but even bigger news for the Bengals. Buffalo lost today, and now Buffalo and Cincinnati have the best records. They are tied for the best record in the AFC, and Cincinnati, if it ended up that way, would have the home field advantage through the playoffs because they beat the Bills last week. Big upset today. Tampa Bay over Buffalo. 2nd and 13 for the Browns. Expect the Cowboys to use another timeout immediately. Again, no gain at all on the play. That's the final timeout for Dallas. 1:21 left in the game. Cowboys have no timeouts remaining. With 1:21 left, if they stop Cleveland on this play, they'll still get their hands on the football for one last crack. Bernie Kosar and the Browns just trying to hold on now at the moment. (24-21). The Browns trying to advance to 9-5.
Well, he has to be awfully happy right there. Art Modell, the owner of the Cleveland Browns. They've been so close in the last couple of years. They had the fumble by Ernest Biner against Denver. They've been so close. And after being here this week and seeing what a nice man he is, you have to be real happy for their success.
Well, with some results already in, New England having won, Indianapolis having won, those are teams right on the heels of the Browns with records in the AFC wild card chase. Colts winning down in Miami 31-28. The Patriots winning at home over the Seahawks.
You know, you get in this situation right here, you might look at your back and say, listen, protect the ball. They're going to try to strip the ball. When you get the ball, protect it. 2 hands on it. Just like that right there. Don't fumble.
And a late flag. A flag. I thought someone may have jumped from Dallas, but the flag did not come down till the end of the play from the line judge. It was a late flag, but it's going to be offsides, which occurred at the start of the play. Someone jumped from
Offside.
the Cowboys.
Defense, Still third down.
Penalty number 17 of the day against Dallas. 1:16 left in the game. 3rd and 7 for the Browns. Stay on the ground here or just go for one last first down to ice it, Kenny?
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I think you run the ball right here. 1:15, 1:16 left. Dallas is out of timeouts. I don't think you risk throwing the ball here, but you never know with Bernie Kosar.
Well, they brought Tim Manoa in as the fullback.
They're certainly in a running type formation.
They are. Everyone in tight except for Langhorne, who's in motion. Ernest Biner, the tailback, gets the carry. He's short of the first down. 38-yard line after a short gain. Tackled by Too Tall Jones and Kevin Brooks.
You throw the ball in that situation, and if you have an incomplete pass, it's going to stop the clock. In this particular situation, you run the ball, and when you change possessions like this, the clock is going to continue to run, which works in favor, of course, of Cleveland.
There is a 19-second difference on the down clock to the game clock, which means the Cowboys will get the football with less than 20 seconds remaining and no timeouts. The Browns will just stand back and probably take the 5-yard penalty. The Browns next week will be playing at Miami. And the Cowboys are at Washington. So 1 second and the down clock expires. 20 seconds is the difference. 20 seconds left on the game clock. Kelvin Martin is the punt returner for the Cowboys. And I would anticipate that they will be trying their best to storm through and get a block. With no timeouts left on the clock, they have to do something in a hurry here.
No doubt, there they are. They're all up there except for the punt returner to cover guys on the outside. What we have to have here is we have to have the good snap from the center, field the ball by the kicker, get the ball away, and the time works on your side.
Max Runiger is the punter. A little bit high on the snap. It's a line drive kick away. Martin lets it bounce, now picks it up. He'll try the left side. He needs to get out of bounds, and he does at the 31-yard line with 10 seconds left. Snap was a little bit high, but the punter fielded it.
Yeah, in that particular situation, the punter's not looking for that high, long, spiral, perfect kick. Just get the ball out of there.
10 seconds remaining. And Dallas has no timeouts remaining.
Yeah, there's really not much you can do in this particular situation. For the Dallas Cowboys on offense, what do you try? And with only 10 seconds left, you use routes where your receivers are on the move, crossing type routes where if they break a tackle, they have an opportunity to score. Or throw the ball down the field and hope for a great catch, hope for an interference call. A lot of different ways you can go.
They bring Everett Gay, Kelvin Martin, Cornell Burbage, and Kelvin Martin into the game. Pelluer rolling out. This will pick up very little yardage. Stops the clock with 3 seconds.
Another penalty.
A flag down at midfield. What do you think that is, Kenny?
Well, you may have an interference call or something on one of the cornerbacks.
The pass is incomplete because the receiver came in from out of bounds and caught the ball.
As I said, out of bounds and came back in.
Now just one last play.
Well, all we can do here, Jim, is just throw the ball up, the Hail Mary type thing, and hope something miraculous happens, and that's the only thing left.
One last shot.
They put all their guys on one side, all their speed people out to one side, throw the ball up, hope you can get a tip of some kind.
Out of the shotgun, the snap back.
There it is.
Pelluer's Hail Mary. Alexander in the area. Ball falls to the ground, incomplete. The game is over. And the Cleveland Browns of Marty Schottenheimer advance to 9-5 on the season. The Cowboys' losing streak reaches 10, which ties the all-time franchise record from the expansion season of 1960.
Well, they really dodge a bullet, Jim, when they get the penalty down there on the field goal that was successful, which probably throws the game into overtime. They dodge a bullet, and they're still alive, still fighting.
Cleveland wins it 24-21. Browns dodge the bullet and advance to 9-5 on the season. 24-21. Send you back to New York. Browns beat the Cowboys, and your thoughts after this game, Bernie? It was a real thriller.
Yeah, it's definitely a game we needed today. We weren't as pretty out there as we expected to be. We had a lot of mistakes out there, but the main thing was that we moved the ball and scored some points today and ended up with the W.
Bernie, during the course of the game, Brennan played a big part, catching a lot of short things underneath, in between people. Part of the game plan?
Yeah, Ken, we needed to go short at times to help get the ball off. They did a good job with the pass rush against us, and that was important for us just to try to make first downs and move the sticks.
The big play to Langhorne for the touchdown in the first half. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it was really a great individual effort by Reggie. It was just a simple slant pattern and wasn't open initially, and I waited a couple extra seconds to let him clear the linebackers, and he ended up clearing the linebackers and the safety and made a great play.
We talked yesterday about your injury to your elbow. How did it feel today?
Well, anytime you're able to throw the ball and come out with a win like that, it felt pretty good. The weather wasn't nowhere near as bad as it could have been today out there, Ken.
Yeah, the conditions weren't too bad at all, and looks like you guys got things going. The running game worked well. You're throwing the ball good, and you're healthy. Things look good for you for the next couple of weeks.
Most definitely. Off to Miami now.
What about Houston, the last game of the season?
Yeah, we got two big games left. Miami next week and Houston the following week, and really they're both big games for us, and we need to win them for the playoffs.
Bernie, congratulations on a good game and a big win. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
He'd made it, and they took it off the board.
The
And the next one
post-game
was
show
blocked.
has been sponsored by Milk.
They chose not to go for that one. Did you see the trip on?
No, I didn't see it. You have to feel for Randy White.
Is there?
You really do.
Yeah.
I mean, 2-11 doesn't really
Oh,
matter.
okay. Just penalty in the final minute and a half.
Well, a costly penalty, and on Randy White, a future Hall of Famer, you have to feel for him. But that keeps the game from going into overtime. Once you get into overtime, anything can happen. Cleveland dodges a bullet.
Roger Ruzek had apparently tied the game on a field goal, but it was taken away on a tripping penalty against Randy White. The next attempt from 50 yards was no good. The Cowboys ended up getting penalized 17 times.
Roundup. His young folks have stumbled their way to 10 straight defeats. Frustration has them banging their heads or hanging them.